The scandal that shook Married2Medicine fans to their core was far from over. Just when everyone thought the truth had been revealed, destiny flipped the narrative again. After explosive news surfaced about Dr. Eugene's alleged secret life and pregnancy rumors, Toya Bush-Harris could no longer remain silent. For years, she had buried her pain, protecting her family and maintaining appearances. But now, everything is about to change. This was no longer just a private marital dispute. The situation had escalated into a full-blown legal and emotional war, one that threatened to destroy the very foundations of her life. Toya had previously exposed Eugene's infidelities and the hidden aspects of his lifestyle, but she was now determined to go further. Without informing him, she contacted a legal team, gathering the strength to protect herself and her children. Toya approached the situation with strategy and calm determination. She meticulously collected evidence, messages, phone logs, bank transfers, hotel receipts, and even recordings, every piece carefully preserved. She knew that one day, this proof might be the key to holding Eugene accountable. And when Eugene learned she had retained lawyers, his reaction shocked everyone. He didn't approach her with an air of innocence or remorse. He didn't ask, "Why are you doing this?" or "What proof do you have?" Instead, panic consumed him. He begged Toya to keep matters private, insisting that public disclosure would ruin the family and harm their children. But Toya had heard similar pleas before and recognized the truth. Eugene wasn't worried about the family. He was worried about his image. Toya stood firm. She reminded him that he had years to correct his behavior and yet failed to do so. Then, her legal team dropped a bombshell. Toya had a strong case not only for infidelity, but also for emotional abuse, manipulation, and financial betrayal. The financial implications were staggering. Toya discovered Eugene had secretly used their joint funds to support his other relationship, paying rent, gifts, and hotel stays, while she worked tirelessly to maintain their household. Eugene's double life was now fully exposed, and Toya refused to remain silent. Social media erupted as fans witnessed her courage. Then came the moment that captivated the public. Toya demanded a DNA test to confirm whether the other woman's child was Eugene's. For months, fans had waited with bated breath for this confirmation. Eugene attempted to avoid the test, claiming it was unnecessary, and accusing Toya of attempting to destroy him. But people were skeptical. If he was innocent, why refuse a simple test? Rumors circulated that he had offered the pregnant woman money to stay silent or disappear. She refused. She wanted the truth and believed Toya deserved answers. The DNA test became a legal and emotional turning point. Eugene's silence only intensified suspicion. Then a witness came forward, providing irrefutable evidence. Screenshots, photos, voice messages, and hotel receipts confirming Eugene's clandestine meetings. This person claimed that Eugene rented a private apartment for his secret girlfriend and visited her whenever he told Toya he was working late. The web of deceit extended further. He pretended to be single to the girlfriend's friends while maintaining a facade of domestic harmony. The witness alleged that Eugene had planned to move the pregnant woman to another state before the baby's birth to avoid detection. He threatened her if she spoke out, echoing the same pattern of manipulation he had used on Toya. The pregnancy had been known to Eugene months before Toya discovered it, and his promises of divorce to the secret partner were empty. He wanted both lives, one for his public image, the other for private pleasure. The revelation stunned fans. Social media exploded with outrage as Eugene's actions were dissected and debated. He disappeared online, deactivating comments and avoiding interviews. Meanwhile, Toya remained resolute, refusing to be silenced. She declared publicly that she would no longer protect a man who had betrayed her. The story intensified further when another woman stepped forward. She claimed involvement with Eugene in the past but had stayed silent due to fear. Her testimony mirrored Toya's experience. Secret meetings, deception, hidden payments, and emotional manipulation. Eugene had warned her that no one would believe her, leveraging his status as a respected doctor. The revelation suggested a pattern, raising questions about how many other women had been affected. Toya's story had evolved into more than a tale of betrayal. It was now a narrative about uncovering years of manipulation, abuse, and lies. She realized that she had been fighting a man who never intended to be honest, and that the scandal was far bigger than personal heartbreak. The story rapidly went viral. Fans and supporters rallied behind Toya, praising her courage and resilience. Women across the globe saw themselves reflected in her experience, and her strength became a symbol of empowerment. Eugene's silence and inaction only reinforced public perception of guilt. Multiple witnesses and mounting evidence painted a damning picture. Rumors suggested Eugene had powerful connections within the medical and entertainment industries, potentially helping him avoid accountability. Speculation swirled that reality TV producers may have known about his behavior, but remained silent to maintain drama and ratings. The personal betrayal had morphed into a scandal of influence, power, and manipulation. Then a leaked audio recording escalated the situation to unprecedented levels. Allegedly, Eugene was heard begging someone to remain silent, warning that disclosure would destroy his career, reputation, and everything he had built. The recording suggested he had attempted to bribe the pregnant woman to remain silent and avoid court. Public outrage intensified, and Toya's legal team confirmed that the recording would be introduced as evidence. Eugene refused to publicly disprove the claims. His silence further fueled speculation, and Toya took decisive action. She filed for divorce, requested full custody of their children, and demanded child support, citing emotional abuse and instability. The DNA test remained central to the unfolding legal drama, with the potential to confirm paternity and determine the ultimate consequences for Eugene. The pregnant woman might testify publicly, exposing secret payments, meetings, and lies. Toya warned Eugene that any attempt to discredit her would result in the release of all evidence: screenshots, bank statements, photos, and recordings. The scandal had reached a critical point, and the truth was finally surfacing. Questions lingered. Would the DNA test confirm paternity? Could Eugene face legal consequences, lose his medical license, or endure public humiliation? Could additional victims emerge, further complicating the case? One thing was certain. The story was far from over, and audiences were riveted, glued to every new development. Toya had transformed her personal pain into a public quest for justice. She refused to allow manipulation, lies, or fear to dictate her narrative. Her courage and strategic action offered a masterclass in reclaiming power after betrayal. Fans celebrated her resilience, while Eugene's once-protected reputation teetered on the brink of collapse. As the social media storm raged, viewers were left with a simple but compelling question. How far would Eugene's deception go before the full truth came to light? And could justice truly be served? If you want to stay updated on every shocking twist, legal bombshell, and emotional revelation in this scandal, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This is the real, unfiltered story, and you won't want to miss a single explosive detail. As the dust began to settle from the initial revelations, the story took an even darker turn. Toya Bush-Harris, having strategically gathered her evidence, was now preparing for the courtroom battles that could finally hold Eugene accountable. The tension was palpable. Fans knew this wasn't just about betrayal anymore. It was about justice, accountability, and exposing a pattern of manipulation that had been hidden for years. Court filings revealed shocking details that painted Eugene not just as unfaithful, but as calculating. The documents outlined financial irregularities, showing payments made to the pregnant woman from accounts meant for household bills, joint investments, and savings for the children. The scale of the deception was staggering. While Toya maintained the household and safeguarded their children, Eugene lived a life of secrecy and indulgence. The legal battle intensified as Toya's team requested a DNA test. Eugene attempted to resist, arguing that it was unnecessary, that it would ruin his reputation, and that he had already provided assurances to the other woman. But the court demanded transparency. The DNA test became the linchpin of the scandal. If the results confirmed paternity, Eugene's lies would no longer be mere rumors, they would be irrefutable facts. Social media erupted. Fans followed every twist and turn, dissecting every post, every story, every subtle shift in behavior. Allegations surfaced that Eugene had rented secret properties for the pregnant woman, complete with hidden security systems and private entrances, so that his double life could continue undetected. Photos leaked showing him leaving these locations, always under the cover of night. Evidence suggested he created a carefully orchestrated facade to maintain his image while indulging in deception behind closed doors. Meanwhile, Toya remained resolute. She held press conferences and went live on social media to provide updates, all while maintaining her dignity and composure. She explained that her actions weren't driven by revenge or anger. They were about truth and protection. Fans admired her poise, applauding her bravery. Unlike Eugene, she refused to hide behind excuses or manipulation. Every post she made, every interview she gave, became a blueprint of empowerment for women facing betrayal in silence. Then came the shocking court testimonies. Witnesses who had previously remained silent stepped forward, each confirming Eugene's pattern of secretive behavior and emotional manipulation. One insider described how Eugene would gaslight Toya when she questioned his late-night absences, framing her concerns as paranoia. Another revealed that he had coached the pregnant woman to keep quiet, promising support and financial stability while maintaining a semblance of innocence to the world. The courtroom drama escalated when the pregnant woman herself agreed to testify. Her account corroborated Toya's evidence and detailed the financial, emotional, and psychological manipulation Eugene had inflicted. She described the hidden payments, late-night meetings, and repeated lies. Her testimony painted a clear picture. Eugene's web of deception extended far beyond what anyone had imagined. Then the day of the DNA test results arrived. The world watched. Social media feeds exploded with speculation, predictions, and heated debates. Fans theorized, legal analysts dissected the possible outcomes, and journalists scrambled to cover the developing story. The tension was electric. One test could change everything. When the results were finally revealed, they confirmed the worst fears. Eugene was indeed the biological father of the child. The truth was undeniable. Social media erupted in outrage. Fans called Eugene manipulative, deceitful, and dangerous. Toya, however, remained composed. Her strategy had worked. The truth had set her free, and now the law supported her claims. The fallout was immediate. Eugene's supporters were silenced, his credibility crumbled, and his social media presence dwindled. Sponsors and professional connections began distancing themselves. His carefully curated image of the changed man was obliterated overnight. The doctor who once commanded respect and admiration was now publicly exposed for deception, emotional abuse, and financial misconduct. Toya didn't stop there. She continued using her platform to share lessons learned and to advocate for women in similar situations. She emphasized the importance of documenting evidence, trusting one's instincts, and taking control of one's narrative. Her story became more than a scandal. It was a roadmap for empowerment, resilience, and justice. Meanwhile, Eugene's attempts to reconcile or spin the narrative were futile. Every lie had been documented, every secret unveiled. Legal experts speculate on possible professional consequences, including malpractice investigations, license scrutiny, and civil suits from other affected parties. The scandal had become a multidimensional public case study of betrayal, manipulation, and accountability. Fans watched every new development as if it were a serialized drama. Every courtroom appearance, every testimony, every leaked document kept the audience glued to their screens. The story wasn't just entertainment. It was a real-life thriller unfolding in real time. And throughout it all, Toya remained the beacon of courage and truth, turning heartbreak into a powerful story of resilience and empowerment. The question on everyone's mind became, what next for Eugene? Could he ever recover his reputation? Could he repair the personal and professional damage he had inflicted? And for Toya, the journey continued, battling for her children, reclaiming her life, and showing the world that survival and empowerment can rise from the ashes of betrayal. For viewers who have been captivated by every twist, turn, and revelation, this story continues to evolve. One thing is clear: truth cannot be hidden forever, and courage in the face of deception always shines brighter than lies. If you want to follow every shocking update, legal twist, and emotional revelation, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. The saga is far from over, and the next chapters promise even more explosive revelations. The tension had been building for months, and now everything was coming to a head. Toya Bush-Harris had fought quietly but strategically, gathering evidence, organizing witnesses, and preparing for the moment that would finally expose Dr. Eugene for who he truly was. Fans knew this wasn't just another reality TV scandal. It was a story of deception, betrayal, and ultimate justice, and the world was watching every move. Courtroom doors opened, cameras flashed, and the drama that had been simmering behind closed doors finally spilled into the public arena. The judge called the case to order, and the room fell silent. Toya's team presented their evidence: phone logs, screenshots, bank transfers, hotel receipts, recordings of conversations, and the pivotal DNA test confirming Eugene's secret child. The proof was overwhelming. The audience leaned forward, hearts racing. Dr. Eugene's lawyer attempted to counter, calling the evidence circumstantial and attacking Toya's credibility. But every claim was immediately dismantled by clear records, undeniable timelines, and multiple corroborating witnesses. A hush fell over the courtroom as the DNA test results were read aloud. Eugene was confirmed as the biological father. Shockwaves rippled through the courtroom, across social media, and through fans of Married2Medicine. The once respected doctor could no longer hide behind lies. Testimonies from the pregnant woman and other witnesses painted a damning picture. They revealed how Eugene had meticulously constructed a double life: secret meetings, hidden apartments, and financial support funneled under the radar. Every manipulation, every lie, every act of deceit came to light. His carefully curated image of the changed man crumbled in front of the world. Fans erupted online, condemning his actions, while support for Toya soared. But Toya's victory wasn't just legal, it was emotional. She addressed the courtroom and media with poise, explaining her choices, her courage, and her commitment to her children. She spoke not just as a betrayed spouse, but as a survivor, a woman reclaiming her life from manipulation and deceit. Her words resonated deeply. Sometimes the truth hurts, but it also sets you free. And I am free today, standing for myself and my children. Social media exploded with reactions. Fans flooded Toya's pages with messages of support, calling her strength inspirational. Hashtags like Toya Strong and Nogged Truth Wins trended worldwide. Women everywhere related to her story, empathizing with the betrayal, the gaslighting, and the courage it took to finally stand up. Toya had become a symbol, not of victimhood, but of empowerment, resilience, and justice. Meanwhile, Eugene faced the consequences of his actions. Professional contacts distanced themselves, sponsors pulled deals, and rumors circulated about potential malpractice investigations. His public image was shattered. Analysts discussed how deception at this scale could damage not only personal relationships, but also a medical career, and how the fallout would follow him for years to come. Every attempt he made to explain or deny was met with skepticism. His silence now spoke louder than words ever could. The emotional weight of the story also struck the public. Toya's children were now protected, and she ensured that they were part of her plan for transparency without exploiting them. Her courage sent a powerful message: integrity and truth are more important than appearances, and standing up for yourself can inspire others to do the same. As the court proceedings drew to a close, the judge ruled in Toya's favor on multiple fronts: full custody of the children, financial compensation, and the official recognition of Eugene's paternity responsibilities. The verdict was comprehensive, decisive, and historic. The courtroom erupted in relief and applause. Toya's journey had come full circle, from betrayal and heartbreak to empowerment and justice. But the story didn't stop there. Toya used her platform to share the lessons learned, warning others about manipulation, deception, and the importance of trusting their instincts. She encouraged women to document evidence, protect their families, and never allow anyone's lies to define them. Her story was now more than a scandal. It was a movement. Fans followed every detail, from Eugene's attempts to recover his reputation to Toya's public appearances advocating for women's rights and emotional empowerment. Interviews, live streams, and social media updates chronicled her journey from heartbreak to triumph. She had become the embodiment of resilience, a woman who transformed pain into power. In the final moments of this saga, Toya made a bold statement to her supporters: "I will never allow deceit to silence me again. The truth has always been my weapon, and justice will always find a way." To anyone facing betrayal, your strength is greater than you think. And as Eugene faded from public favor, Toya stood firmly in the spotlight, not as a victim, but as a victor. Her story reminded the world that while betrayal can devastate, courage, strategy, and truth can rebuild and even transform lives. The saga had ended, but the impact would last forever. For fans and viewers, the lesson was clear: never ignore red flags, trust your instincts, document the truth, and always, always stand up for yourself. Toya had turned a scandal into a story of empowerment, and her legacy as a woman who overcame public betrayal would inspire countless others. So, Celebs Nature family, what do you think? Could Eugene ever rebuild after this exposure, or is his story finished? And for Toya, what's next for the woman who turned heartbreak into a powerful triumph? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive updates and deep dives into the real stories behind reality TV drama. The saga may have ended on screen, but the lessons, revelations, and empowerment will continue, because the truth, once revealed, is unstoppable.